Want to start your day with a clear, calm mind? Want to increase your productivity and focus? Want to inspire your creativity? Today I want to share with you a simple journaling tool that can help you achieve all of those things and so much more. Hi everyone, my name's Ebony. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I want to share with you a simple journaling tool that I've been using for about a month now. It's become something that I can't live without and I look forward to each and every morning. It has helped my creativity, given me better focus and increased my productivity, as well as given me peace of mind to start my day on a positive note. Firstly, let me explain what morning pages are. The morning pages exercise originates from the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Reading straight from the book is probably the best way to explain it. What are morning pages? Put simply, the morning pages are 3 pages of longhand writing, strictly stream of consciousness. Oh God, another morning, I have nothing to say, I need to wash the curtains, blah blah blah. They might also more ingloriously be called brain drain, since that is one of their main functions. There is no wrong way to do morning pages. These daily morning meanderings are not meant to be art. Pages are meant to be simply the act of moving the hand across the page and writing down whatever comes to mind. Nothing is too petty, too silly, too stupid, or too weird to be included. So the idea is that you write 3 pages, whatever comes to mind, whatever flows from your pen, without really pausing to stop and think about it too much or worry about grammar and spelling. None of that matters. The morning pages are just for you only, and by keeping them private means that you can write without restraint, without worrying about what people think of what you're writing. It's all about just getting what's in your mind out onto the paper so that you can get on with your day with a clearer, more focused, and for me at least, more creative mind. So the point is that you don't censor yourself, you don't hold back, you just write. You can write about absolutely anything you want. What's bothering you, how you're feeling, what you did yesterday, what you're doing today, what happened 10 years ago, it doesn't matter. Anything and everything goes. Even if you can't think of anything to write, you can literally write, I don't know what to write. It's just about getting your thoughts onto the paper. You can stop and start just as thoughts stop and start. It's all about capturing that flow of stream of consciousness and enjoying that process and whatever comes out of it. How to get started? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. You need a pen and a notebook. I have a very simple notebook. Here he is. I have a very simple notebook because if I had something really pretty, I wouldn't want to scribble in it. So I have this kind of cute notebook here. Some days I do a little bit more, some days it's a bit of a struggle, and other days it's like time flies and I could just keep writing and writing and writing. Generally I get my 3 pages within at most half hour. I'd recommend finding at least 15 to 20 minutes in the morning, but if you are struggling to get up early enough to do it, you can actually do it at nighttime too. So I've heard of people doing it at nighttime right before bed, and I can see how that would be beneficial too. It's at the end of the day, you might have a lot on your mind. You'd probably sleep a lot better having it all off your mind. And I sleep better knowing that those random thoughts that come to mind as I'm trying to sleep, I can be like, I'll write it down in the morning. Like I'll think about this tomorrow. Or in my morning pages, I typically end up writing what I have to do that day. And so it's great that I've got that time to kind of figure out my plan for the day, because I've got a lot of things I want to do. It can be a bit overwhelming where to start for the day. Morning pages just gets things off my chest. It allows me a bit of space and time for myself so that I can start the day on a clearer, more positive note. And like any habit, it is hard to build at the start. The more consistently you do it, the better. If you find sort of a similar time every day to do it, it obviously helps get into a routine with it, but we'll go more on that and different tips very soon. So what are the benefits of morning pages? For me, I found that it comes down to really 3 things. It encourages creativity, it improves my focus, and it brings me peace of mind so I can start my day on a positive note. How morning pages encourages creativity. It gives you space to write about anything you want without judgment, without any stress, with no pressure for it to be anything in particular. You don't have to worry about spelling or grammar, or even if it makes any sense. It doesn't matter, nothing matters in that sense. I've got a writing background, so for me to write freely without analysing what I'm writing or worrying about the grammar and spelling and how it flows, like not worrying about any of that. So for me, that's been a little bit of a challenge, because stream of consciousness, it's all about just writing whatever's on your mind and not thinking about it too much. So it's great that it's given me a bit more of a skill in doing that, because it doesn't hold me back. It doesn't hold me back from exploring ideas. It helps me practice my writing freely, if that makes sense. The fact that it's just for my eyes only, the fact that no one else is going to read it or judge it, means I can write about anything I want, and it always makes me feel so creative and so motivated to continue to create throughout the day, because I've already started the day creating something. It's like getting the ball rolling. How morning pages improves your focus. This is a big one for me, because I feel like the great benefit of morning pages has become the fact that during that time that I'm writing, I inevitably write down sort of things I need to get done. So by the time I've finished my morning pages, I have an idea of what needs to be done in the day, which is really helpful, because we all end up with massive to-do lists and it can be very overwhelming. It's like, where to start? So it really helps me just get ideas and thoughts and things I need to do down, so that they're not on my mind, and I can start the day a bit more fresh and focused, and therefore become more productive and get more done. How morning pages brings peace of mind. There's something very therapeutic about morning pages. The ritualistic side of it, as I talked about in last week's video on cacao, the fact that you make it a time for yourself, that you are giving yourself the gift of taking the time and giving yourself the space to do something just for you that will benefit everyone around you as well, because you will be calmer and happier as a result of getting things that are bugging you down on paper and letting them go. If things are bugging you, or you've got problems that you need to resolve, it helps you work through that. It helps you work through any feelings you might have, whether they really make sense or whether you can really articulate them or not. It doesn't matter. The fact that you're writing about it really does help work through those things. So sometimes, writing my morning pages, I feel really calm. Most of the time, I feel very calm and in control. At the end of it, I feel like my mind is refreshed, so I feel quite calm. But then some days you might find yourself, or your mind might lead you down a path of a memory you'd rather not think about, or something that's been bothering you but you haven't really given it the time to stew over it. I think morning pages sometimes does bring up unsettling feelings. It does make you deal with things at times, simply because that's your subconscious brain still waking up in the morning, because you're doing this first thing before you've done anything else. It makes you realize the things that are really troubling you, as well as the things that are bringing you joy and happiness. So majority of the time I am writing about positive things or ideas and figuring out what I'm doing in the day or what I want to do, and dreams and things like that. So it sort of depends really. It can vary, and anything's possible. And you've got to be willing to really get into this habit with an open mind and not restrain yourself, not censor yourself. Like I said, no one else is going to read this. And if you're really worried about someone reading it, then you could always destroy it. I came across a few people that said they destroyed it when I was looking into this video. So some people do destroy it, and you could do that if you really are worried about people reading it. And if it helps you get those thoughts down without restraint, then do it by all means. It just helps knowing that no one's going to read it, because it takes away that fear of judgment that we innately all have. So getting that all down without thinking about it too much, just letting it flow, really does bring a sense of calm for me. It gives me peace of mind that those things that are bugging me are written down now, they're out in the world, they're on a piece of paper that if I want I could destroy, that they're out of my mind on the paper, so I can let them go. And I think that's the main thing, if you are writing about something, good or bad, that's just on your mind, that doesn't need to be clouding your mind throughout the day, by writing it down and letting it go, you can be more productive, you can be more focused, you can be more creative, you can be more positive, you can have a calm state of mind. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about freeing your mind to do and think about other things that you've written down the rest of it that you don't need anymore. You can let it go and move on with your day. So I just thought I'd share some tips as well, just to help you get the most out of it. The first one, and one that, as I sort of touched on earlier, I do struggle with still, is to write as fast as you can. Don't think about what you're writing, just catch those thoughts as they come and scribble them down onto the paper. Don't stop and think about the grammar or the spelling or if it makes sense. Really, your thoughts come and go. Your thoughts stop and start. And so it makes sense that occasionally you'll be writing about something and then your mind will be like, I don't want to think about that now. I'm going to think about this now. Or some random thought will pop into your head about, I don't know, something that happened last week, and you'll just have to go with it because that's what it's all about. Just go with those thoughts. Don't push them. Don't fight them. Just write them down as they come. No judgment, no pressure. Write them down. Let them flow onto the page as they come and go from your mind. Another major tip that I have for you today is don't check your phone before you start. Put your phone away, put it on silent, don't look at it. I mean, it's first thing in the morning, it's best not to look yet anyway. But the main thing is to not have any external distractions before you start to write. It takes you out of that moment of getting up and doing your morning pages, which leads to another tip that I have for you today, and that is to have fun with it. Make it something that you look forward to, that you can enjoy every morning. So for me, as I touched on last week, I make cacao first. I get up, I make my cacao, and then I spend 5 to 10 minutes just drinking that cacao and essentially meditating with the cacao, thinking about my intentions for the day, and I think of things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes even in my morning pages, I'll end up writing about things I'm grateful for as well, or writing on the intention of the day. So it kind of leads into it nicely as well. So make it into part of your routine. Make it something that you enjoy. Make yourself a hot drink. Get all cozy and warm, even right in bed. Some days I'm sitting in bed, some days I'm at my desk. So make yourself cozy and warm and have a nice hot beverage, coffee, tea, cacao. See last week's video for more on that. And enjoy the process, you know, actually spend the time on it, as much time as you can, and you'll find your way into it. Don't force it, and don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or two here and there. So what do you think? Will you give morning pages a try? Let me know down below, and if you've tried it already or you already do it, I'd love to hear your experiences. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all of the social media, including TikTok, at Ebony Highland. I'm mostly on Instagram more than anything else, so find me there in particular if you want to see behind the scenes and general life updates as I go through things like this. All the links are down below, including the link to my blog post on morning pages with way more information, resources, videos that I've also found to be helpful on the subject. So check that all out at ebonyhighland.com. So I think that's about it today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I keep forgetting things. That makes sense. Is this a morning pages like in video form where I'm just prattling on as if I'm writing stream of consciousness a little bit, maybe?